Hello and welcome back to another Southern Airs video with myself, Matt Banjoman Walker.
And Tyler, Jett Force from McDowell, at your service.
And today, Tyler has had an idea. I have no idea what he's going to do, but he wanted me to do this little intro with him.
I am heading to Wales on my first ever trip, and Matt here's going to read off this paper where I'm going. I had quite a few places I could have gone to, and well, let's just say a couple of places I decided to really make this special. It's my first time going there.
Why did you give me this? I'm really dyslexic. What the hell?
Countryside, and your nearest airport is Manchester Airport. It's about 2 hours. You don't really have to do I'm here in my first ever trip to Wales. Say nothing to see the Swam Museum. Oh no. Lanfair Gwyn Gil Goga your Crindrob or Landicilios go. Probably completely butchered that, but in my defence, I've never actually spoken Welsh Gaelic in my life, so yeah. Alright, I suppose you better start in the usual suspects. James Pringle Weavers. Little convenience shop stroke souvenir shop over there, so let's head over, hey? I need to be back here for about 4:30, so I've still got plenty of time. So for those who want to know the English translation to the name, it translates to St Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near the fierce whirlpool and the red caves of St Celio. Right, let's go in and get a souvenir. Do you think they do fridge magnets of the full name? Let's grab one. Well, Banjoman would approve of this. There's a model shop in the middle of this town. Got something to do with arts and crafts. We've got a snack bar, sewing, hair saloon, and obviously the main shop. There's also a co-op just down there. got a Chinese takeaway, fish and chip shop, and not one, but 2 pubs. One over here, it's also a B&B, and we've got another one just up there. But first, see that? There's a column and a visitor centre over there. We're going to go there first and then catch up with you in a moment. So I'm just having a quick sit down at a park bench, and right in front of me is the Anglesey column. There's a visitor centre right in front of it. So I'm going to go see if I can get in the visitor centre, and hopefully I might be able to try and get up there, but I have been advised that they've not been letting people up the last couple of days because there's been some high winds and bad weather in North Wales, which is understandable. You don't really want to be falling from a height that big, do you? Right, so it's about 500 metres away where I need to go. So I'm going to go up, make the final walk, and I will catch up with you when we get to the Anglesey column and visitor centre. See if we can get up. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. There's just one of those things, you just can't odds it. Yeah, so I've just had to come up this little walkway. As you can see, the thing is absolutely bloody dangerous. I have absolutely no idea how I've managed to get this far without slipping. My shoes are pretty good for the outdoors and this sort of thing, but they have their limits. So I've got to get all the way up there somewhere. Flippin' Nora. I tell you what. Okay, here's the column. We're at the base of it. And over here's the visitor centre. It's an old cottage that's been converted to a visitor centre. And there's some information here on the cottage if you wish to pause and read. Occupied from at least the 1800s to about the 2010s, so just over a century it was occupied by someone living in there. But obviously people don't live here anymore. It's now the visitor centre, and hopefully we can check in to try and go up this thing. Well, this is exciting. Going up a nearly 200-year-old column. Get a good view of Anglesey from the top. I am going to have my climbing worked out. There's only 115 steps. I have done the Scott Monument in Edinburgh, so this should be a piece of cake. Can I get a good view out of that? No, it doesn't want to focus too easily. Either way, I am going to catch up with you, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else of the jury, once I'm at the top. Here we are, we made it. 115 steps up above Anglesey. Look at that view. How cool is that? That's facing out towards Ireland, and if I turn this way, we'll be facing towards the mainland. There are 2 bridges, one slightly older than the other. That's the old one, and the new one is here. The first ever suspension bridge built in the UK. In fact, it predates the Clifton suspension bridge, which is the most famous one, and the Forth bridge over in Scotland. Wow, there's a lot to take in. If I come over here, this is the Marquis of Anglesey, who was the second in command to the Duke of Wellington during the Battle of Waterloo. And down here is a small church. You can see it from here, it's just down here. And that is the eponymous St Mary's Church that the village is named after. And there's a statue of His Lordship here, Lord Nelson, of the Battle of Trafalgar. There as well, looking out into the sea. It is quite windy up here, so I'm going to leave it to you. I'll let you take in the views. On my way to the St Mary's Church that this village is somewhat named after, And look, there's the road sign. As you can see, it's abbreviated somewhat, but they acknowledge they are the village with the long name. So I'm at St Mary's Church, which is right over here, and if I turn around, I got one of the bridges behind me. Now I'm going to go into the church, try and get a decent bit of film of Nelson's statue over there. But I got to be careful filming because it is also a graveyard, and there's probably people here who've got family members buried in there, so I want to try and be respectful, so you won't see much of the church, I'm afraid, but I'll try and get a little bit outside the entrance for you. So alright, let's crack on, then I'll start heading back towards thingy. So there you have it, the Nelson statue and a little bit of footage of St Mary's Church. Like I said, as you can appreciate, I don't got some issues about filming around a graveyard, so much I want to try and show you a better view of the church. Obviously I was trying to also be respectful because the graveyard is not a playground, you know, people are laid to rest. A small village like this, yeah, there are family members who probably still live in the area as well, so I want to try and be respectful, but I was also bringing you the necessities. But as you can see, I've come down here, this is off the church's land, and there is Nelson himself overlooking the mainland Wales from Anglesey. Right, I'm going to start heading back towards the train station. Yeah, got that in the end. So I'm going to catch you as we get a bit nearer back to the train station, because there's something else I do want to do before we leave. So a bit of advice if you come down to this area to see the Nelson statue. The ground around here is very muddy and very marshy. As you can see, very, very squelchy as well. So make sure you're wearing very appropriate footwear. Ugh. Yeah, don't do what I've done. My advice is leave any fancy shoes at home, wear proper walking boots like Steve Marsh does. So I've just seen a sign for this. I haven't got time to cover it, but if you're ever in Llanfairpwllgwyn, Anglesey Transport Museum's here, and it's in that direction. So maybe give that a visit. Even Volvo's not one to be outdone. Swedish company going the whole leg on the Llanfairpwllgwyn's full name. Well, to be honest, it should be pretty easy for them, considering some of the names they've got up in Sweden. Right, so I've just been there for some fish and chips for dinner, and I tell you what, it was pretty good. Had a fish cake and some chips for just under £7. And then for another £1 or something, I had a can of Coke on the side to wash that down. Overall, really good. Set me up nicely for the evening, because it's going to be quite a journey back. Right, there was a local Welsh pub just over here. I'm going to go get a quick beer from the Welsh pub, and then back to the train station. It's time to leave. I've had a great time here. Definitely come again if I need to. Tafarn Ty Gwyn. let's head inside and see what a traditional Welsh pub looks like. Bottoms up. Right, it's just coming up to 4 PM. My train is in about 8 minutes, so I need to get over to the station. Nice little pub, this one. Highly recommend it if you're in the area, although I would like to apologise to the landlord, the governor, for accidentally spilling that first half pint. Oops. Yeah, expensive half pint having to pay for a second one, but, you know, we all make mistakes, said the Dalek, getting off the dustbin. Right. I'll catch up with you when I'm at the station. Right, despite all the travelling, it's been a pleasure to come spend a day at this lovely little village in the middle of Anglesey in northern Wales. Thank you so much for having me, and all that's left to say is I'm Tyler Jett Force McDowell, there's your service. Safe travels, my friends, and we shall see you in the next Southerners vlog. And stay tuned, because we're going to be having stuff not just with me, but also with the Banjoman and the Barista coming up very soon.